Hi, this is Dean DaCosta, and today we are going to discuss X-raying. I think it's very important that everyone knows how to X-raying. X-raying is recruiting hacking at its best, and people don't realize. I mean, hacking is just a way of getting into a site or getting into something and getting information out in a way that what it just wasn't meant to do. And so, what we're going to do is talk about hacking, and make people understand that it's not as simple as people think. I mean, some people think it's just domain and that's it. In most cases, you are going to use the site command, which I've typed in here. We are going to use a site called Video, which is a very common site now, and there's definitely some good information. We're going to just do site.video.com, and of course, we're going to look for a developer. We're not going to specify which. The reason I'm doing this is because it's important you realize when you are doing X-raying, it's not simple site colon video.com developer and you get what you want. As you can see, we're not getting anything we want, to be honest with you. What you need to do once you get there is look at the different URLs. This is the URL for this particular whatever this information is. As you can see, it's not in English. FR, country code, France, so that means it's in French probably. And we want to look. Now, we can already ascertain the fact that it's frvideo.com and it's in French tells us right away that the first FR is a country code. So let's go ahead and think about that. And this is where you got to be a detective and say, okay, our country code is US. Let's see what happens. Look at that. All of a sudden, we get US country codes. But we still got this one here where it says FR. And as you can see, it looks like it's written in French. Well, our language is English. So let's see what happens if we put the acronym for English, which is EN. And now let's see what happens. Look at that. Everything is in English. Still not getting what we want. So what we need to figure out is why aren't we getting what we want? Let's just look at a few of these. We may even have to go through a page or two. Now this is a search. It says right there. So we're getting search things here. So let's see what happens if we press on that. We notice we get this, but look up here. We see the words web plus developer. That's interesting. Let's point on this person. Let's see what the URL says. Assuming it'll open. There we go. Look at this. US video.com/en for English. We got the country code, video.com, which is the domain. English, so we know it's in English, and they're calling them profiles. That's good to know. So let's take a step back now and go in here and let's add that and see what happens. Let's add that word profile, developer, and look at this. Scott Fish, an actual person. Developer Loveboy 11, an actual person. Jordan Hester, right? Look at it. So what we've done is we've taken basically the basics, the entry level site colon domain, but that didn't work. So what we did is we used our detective hat and we looked at URLs and we broke it down till we got to the correct actual domain we need. The domain we need wasn't video.com, it was actually us.video.com because we want people in the US. But then we have a language issue. I mean, people can be in the US but still be French and speak French. So we needed to add the N. We found that out by looking at URLs. Then we found out that we needed more. We needed profile to really get to what we want. Now, the reality is it's not always going to be profile, although profile is one of the words you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on. It's going to be words like profile, bio, resume, CV, user, users, people, people's, profiles. Sometimes it'll be a username. Country codes, language codes are important to keep an eye on, but those are the things you'll notice in the URLs as you do it. Let's do another one quickly, and we're going to do Odesk. Odesk is another big site people look for. We're just going to start with the simple Odesk developer. Oops, except I need to spell developer, developer. No, not developer. There we go. Okay, let's see what we get. We're not getting what we want by any stretch of the imagination. This is all how to hire, how to do this, how to do that, how to do this. But look what we see down here. hbodesk.com 0 profiles. Let's open that bad boy up and see what it says. Look at it. We got profiles now. So let's go ahead and go back and automatically change our string so far to add in those things. So let's add in the word 0, which is obviously stands for Odesk, and then add in profiles. Now let's see what we get. We're getting a little better, consultants, stuff like that. Still not quite getting what we want. So let's go one more step. Let's go into one and actually look at it. And once we get in there, we're going to open this up. And after profiles, it wants the word users. So let's back up. Let's add in the word users. Spell it right though. Users. And now let's see what I get. There we go. So what we needed to do was our research, just you looking at the URLs and make sure we got it right to get from odes to the profiles to users. Every site's going to be different. Some sites are going to be easier than others. Some sites are going to be harder than others. But you got to follow this this thing in fact, and you'll find them. As an example, with StumbleUpon, another site that most people know, you're going to learn when you look at it and you follow the different things. In fact, we'll do it real quick again. One more. So we're going to put stumbleupon.com and see what we get. Now, we're just doing this. We didn't put anything in it. Let's see. Did I misspell something? S-T-U-M. Oh, yes, I said stumble. So let's go to stumbleupon.com. There we go. We're going to go ahead and put in developer. We're going to keep it generic for now just because we're showing stuff. And you notice we're getting lists. We're not really getting what we want. So what we need to do is figure out, okay, great. What's going to get us to the exact people, not to lists. Now, lists aren't bad. Don't get me wrong. They can get you where you want to be, but not going to get you everything. Look at what we end up getting. We end up getting a whole lot of stuff that isn't what we want. So let's get back and let's look at a few more. Just going to look down here, see if we see anything. There's blog after StumbleUpon. There's more blogs. There's lists. There's more lists. Let's see what this one gets us. StumbleUpon gets us to a bunch of this stuff. Let's open one up just for the heck of it and see what it does. Now, I'm guessing this is going to get us to well, if it opens, it's going to get us just a page where it's going to show stuff and nothing that's going to help us, just CSS stuff. So let's back out of here. Let's go on a little bit more, one more page, see if maybe it helps us out a little bit. Interests, developer. Well, interest could be one. Okay, that's possible. Maybe that's something we need to add there. List isn't going to get us in it. Hire WordPress, interest, iPhone developer, this, that. A whole lot of lists. Not really what we're looking for. So we're going to have to keep going, unfortunately, because we need to figure out what are these people actually called. Is it profile? Is it this? Is it that? And right now we're not getting anywhere. Let's do this one. This is it says developer. It's another one of these. Let's get into this one. This is an actual thing. It's a video. Video isn't going to help us. So that's not doing us a whole lot of good. We need to actually find somebody that we can actually look at to see, well, heck, let's look at my profile. When all else fails, if you've got one, or you can join it for free, just go ahead and look at it and see what it says. Let's see if we can get to mine. It's not letting me get to mine, so that's always interesting. Let's go to home, see what that does. Home just got us here. Doesn't see a whole lot for me. This is Dean, so let's go to mine. Here we go. StumbleUpon.com. Stumbler me. All right, so we've learned that the word stumbler needs to be in there. So let's get all the way back to here again. Go up here. Stumbler. Did I spell it right? Yes, I did. Developer. And look at that. Now we got names. There's Gary Allen right there. There's a PHP likes. No big deal there. There's a mobile app developer. But these are actual people. These aren't lists and stuff. These are actually people who are stumblers who call themselves what they are. There's Dasher, Roa, SEO expert, developers like. So now we've learned that for StumbleUpon, they call their people stumblers, and so you need that in your search to make it work. And that's what xraying is all about. Starting simple, looking at your results, looking at the URLs, and figuring out what is the right combination to get you to the precise results that you need. Every site's going to be different. Some are going to be as simple as site.com, but others aren't. Even LinkedIn is really to get what you want within US, you need to put site:in-linkedin.com because that tells them in the US. For other countries, it's going to be other country codes. So, even for that, you need to do it the right way. Long story short, that's xraying. That's how to do it. And this is Dean DaCosta.